Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Immortalized in Stone. So, basically, as I was telling the guys from the show, this is a special episode due to me having some issues to deal with, which I'll explain in a few minutes. Yesterday, that's why we have a special today, and it's going to be about an hour and a half because everyone has stuff to do, and especially me tomorrow. So I'm going to discuss something like I was telling you for about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15. Then we're going to go into Sideshow, 12 days, statues, the state of collecting, that kind of stuff. And then we're going to finish off with some Star Wars. There's a lot of us wanting to say some stuff about that. So, all right, let's get the first thing over with. So, I know a lot of people have noticed I've been off a little bit on the shows and that I've been putting up some stuff for sale, and I've had people contact and say, that's not like you because usually don't sell too much. So for everyone, I talked to a few guys and they said I should let everyone know what's going on just in case they want to get involved, since I had helped people out in their time of need. So basically, when I moved to get into it, when I moved to Florida, I didn't want to originally come and not have like anything lined up. I wanted to have a job and place and whatnot. So I had a family member, and he worked for this moving company. And he told me that the guy, he was older, ready, about 68, and he was going to retire. So he wanted to sell the company. So he needed somebody else, because he didn't have all the money to invest to buy a company. So he was looking for another investor and also, someone with credit because he didn't really have too much good credit. So I said, well, give me all the information. I'll look it over. I'll let you know what I think. And so I went out. He sent me everything. I came down. I talked to the guy who was selling it, the owner and whatnot, and everything was kosher. So I decided, yeah, I'll go in with you and we'll get this other person who I'm not going to name because I don't know if they want their name involved. They were going to be the credit person because I had issues from my 20s where my credit was so itself. So we all decided together we're going to go forward and pursue this thing. So we did. And everyone knows I had said on the shows that I had a moving company or whatnot. And it was going good, for the first 3.5 months. Everything was going kosher, making good money, the whole works. So then all of a sudden, at that time, things started seeming a little strange. The other guy seemed a little out there. Some things were changing, I could tell. So people were contacting me saying, he booked something this day and the people didn't show up. So I had to straighten out a lot of issues. But, so I contacted him and I said, look, what's going on? So he told me, yeah, my head's been a little out there, but I'll take care of anything from this point. So I'm like, all right, fine. So another month goes by. Now the guy that deals with the credit in the business starts hitting me up and he's saying, a lot of the companies we do business with are coming out and saying that they're not getting paid. So now I'm like, all right, something really strange is going on. So I confront him, and basically he admits at this point that in the past, about 10 years prior, he had gone to prison for embezzling money out of 40 people, about $4 million or so. So, and then he had gotten out and he wanted to make a fresh start, and things were going fine. But then he started getting that urge to live that lifestyle again because we were making decent money. And that urge and hanging out with the wrong people made him start doing what he was doing before. So basically, he stole the money out of the company. started using the company's credit to buy his own shit, like going to clubs, liquor, all the expensive stuff, gambling. And, now this is where we were at. So, me and the creditor dude, we had to go to lawyers. And we straightened, between me and him, we got all our issues straightened out. But now we had to deal with the other guy, the guy that stole all the money. So what we've been working out is he doesn't want to go to jail because he found out that this time, being a second offense, it would be something major. We're talking 10, 15 years. So he didn't want to deal with that. So what he's working out with our lawyers and him is he would pay us back, the money that he owes over a set amount of time that he's given, and it would be all set up through the courts. And as long as he follows that payment plan, then we won't prosecute him to where he would go to jail. However, so that's a good thing. Now, if all that works out, we'll get our money back, but it's going to take many years. Now, the problem, therefore, is that because of what he did, obviously I haven't been working because that was my job. So I've been looking for something. But in the meantime, I've been selling statues to make ends meet. That's why you see me selling a lot of stuff. So basically, a bunch of the guys who I'm close with, I told about this. And they all said, well, you've done so much for the community when other people had issues. So why don't you tell your story, see if anyone wants to help you out. And if they do, give them that option. So basically, if you are interested and you would like to help out, whether it's a donation, whether it's buying something I'm selling, because I will be adding a few more pieces that I'm selling, and anything like that, just leave a comment in this video and I'll give you a personal message with my PayPal or what I got for sale, whatever you're interested in knowing. Or I will also leave a link that'll be pinned in my group, Immortalized and Sewn in Facebook, and you could hit me up through there. Or if you know me personally, just PM me from Facebook or something. So that's basically what's going on. So if you feel you want to help out or whatever, just contact me. But I wanted to let everyone know because a lot of people are calling me saying something's wrong, what's up, and asking me, and I just decided to let everyone know. So basically that's that, and then we could get on to our next topic.
Yeah, well, I think before we go on to the next topic, I think a good way to is from you. I bought one here from you, and you've got a lot of good stuff for sale, and you'd bargain with people, or what I mean, talk to them about something that they liked. So
yeah, I've given a lot of people that some that have bought stuff that I put up a few days ago. Yeah, I've worked out deals with most of them, and all my stuff is at good prices. And if you even if you did see something and maybe I thought it was worth a little more than it might be, because we'll get into the statue collecting, but let me know. Maybe we could work something that works for both of us. That's how I say it, because you never know. You look at something, you say to yourself, well, I paid this, it's probably worth this, whatever. But sometimes you find out maybe it's not because it went down in value. So again, people, if you're interested, let me know. And even if there's something that's not for sale, like I'm not trying to sell anything that I'm not saying yet, but you could always ask. There's always the possibility. Because I remember, even with David, he didn't know. He asked about a piece. I wasn't looking to sell it, But when he said it, I'm like, yeah, that's a piece I don't really need. So I went for it. So that's what I'm saying. You may never know. You might just ask for something I think about, and I say, I don't really care about that too much.
What was the next topic? I'm kidding.
The one that you hit me up about last night when I was dealing with the lawyers. But basically, what is Sideshow doing? So we all know, we've all been watching I think anyway, the 12 days of Sideshow. And like Tim was talking to me on the phone about last night, every single thing that has been shown is a re-release. And not only a re-release, but a re-release of stuff that's valuable that now they're basically sticking the knife in and saying, well, we're going to devalue what you own because we're going to give people the option to buy that character again. Case in point, the two Tim brought to my attention, which were Harley Quinn and the Joker. Now, we both know those two pieces are quite valuable, not super valuable, but they're in the 800 to 1,000 range for the OGs. Now, here's Sideshow, hey, we're going to re-release them. So now people look at it and they go, do I want to pay somebody the prices for the OG piece? Or do I just want to wait and buy the new one and save myself some money? So I know a lot of people don't think that way, because Tim even said, people said to him, oh, well, that's good for the for the collectors, the new collectors. Maybe so. But the thing is, the OG collectors, the ones that got you to where you are, those are the ones you're slapping in the face. That's my opinion.
I mean, I was kind of upset about the Trinity, but more about the villains. Because you don't need multiple villains, especially like Poison Ivy. I can see why they did Harley Quinn, and everyone likes the Joker. Those are the two popular ones. But David, I think he was telling me that they need to they wanted to refresh the line to keep up with XM, to keep up with all the good work XM is doing, keep up with all the good work that Prime One is doing. So I'm not too mad about the Trinity. I'm more upset if they discontinue the other lines that people were still collecting and still from, right? Like I want a Flash that's
right.
kind of like an Alex Ross Flash, right? Or like old school Flash, right?
That's what I'm looking for as well.
You know what I mean? I want to continue that line as well. I would like a new Flash as well. You know what I mean? So as long as they continue to do that, that's great. I'm not too worried. A lot of the newer stuff from Sideshow, I'm not really blown away by. The OG, the older stuff. The Captain America does look cool, but I don't know. Are you gonna like?
We can go through the list. It's only 12. We can go through them quick.
You can pull it up.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you want
as far as I'll pull it up. I'll do it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, he could pull it up, and then we'll discuss that piece, and we'll move on to each piece. All right, so it seems like he's showing Wolverine. Yeah, let me blow that. That's an LS bust. The bust I could deal with. I don't collect them, but for people that do, I don't know if we ever had a life-size Wolverine, at least not with the shoulders and everything. So that doesn't bother me too much, either here nor there.
Yeah.
I think
is this the first one?
I believe there was one other one done, but it was just a head, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. I think it will go good next to maybe the Hulk bust. I feel like they have the same mouth expression.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I dig it. Let's see what we got next here. I don't care much about half-scale Yoda, but if you guys want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Yoda, it's Yoda. I mean, how many goddamn Yodas do you need? I mean, that's just how I look at it. I don't collect Star Wars. If I did, I'd probably have a Yoda already. So I don't. I think this is their third or fourth at life-size Yodas. I think they're overdoing it.
Yeah, he looks good though. It looks really good.
He does look good. It's just I don't get it.
I know Carlos is probably getting this.
Yeah, now that I'm fine with. That's a total new piece that they came up with. It's not remaking anything, so that's cool. That's at least
looks pretty cool.
I didn't notice it was a skeleton head or like an exoskeleton.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Cool. What's next?
This I'm very excited about, man.
Yeah, this one is nice. Now this one I don't have too much of an issue with because it's a total different take on.
It's a modern. It's more of a modern Captain
It's
America.
more like the one I have that Dave, always looks at because he's got the wings painted on instead of the actual wing. He's more muscular. He has that tough.
I want to know what Chris is online, but he's just listening to us. I want to know what Chris thinks about the Captain America and I think he's got both of them, right? He's got the OG one and he has the XM one. At least maybe.
Is he not here? I was talking to him. He digs it, man, because Daniel Bell is doing this one. So I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, that was the surprise one that I liked the most out of the whole 12 days.
Yeah, I think Daniel Bell's doing this one, and he's doing the Daredevil.
And I like the look. You know what I'm saying? He's got that tougher look. No one wants a pushover Cap.
Yeah, he looks good.
What is it, Thundercats, I guess?
So
the Thundercats, I mean, they're doing Mumra and Lino again, which they already did. Now, I guess if you're a fan, that's cool. I care less about Thundercats.
I talked to somebody that's really excited about this line.
I know a few that are too.
They went out and purchased all the other pre-existing statues for, for this line and for the other. What's the other similar line? Not Thundercats, but the one He-Man.
Oh yeah, Masters of the Universe. Yeah, and I'll give them one thing. I really do think this Mumra looks a lot better than
you. It
looks good. It looks good.
It's probably gonna be 1/5 to go with like the He-Man.
I never even though I grew up in that time, I don't know. I was never really a big Thundercats fan.
Same here.
So it doesn't do anything for me.
No, hold on.
I was more He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Lino, I guess.
So just go through.
Well, Lino, we know because we mentioned he goes with the Mumra.
Yeah.
The Black Widow, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of the face at all.
What take is this on? Is this like on a comic book?
I know they were going for the more Russian look.
I like that
to her.
I think the pose is kind of boring, right? Because it's kind of the same sniper of the same as the old Sideshow one, right?
Well, and it's also almost a copy of, XM's, which I have. I think that's the best.
Yeah.
But where the gun's resting on her hip, and
the suit.
I just don't dig the face. It doesn't scream Black Widow to me at all.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Black Widow, but I dig it. I think she looks more.
I kind of think it looks more to me like the Baroness, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like the little. What are those golden circles on her waist?
Yeah, instead of them being a belt, they're kind of built into this.
Oh, I see.
And then she has that leather covering her chest.
I don't like this. I'm not digging.
Yeah. It looks, I don't know about you guys, but to me, the outfit looks G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Actually, now that you mention it, I was trying to think of a name. That's what it was, G.I. Joe.
I know a lot of people are excited about these two. The Haskell Spider-Man and the Miles Morales.
Click on it.
Yeah, now that's okay, again, because it's Spider-Man, but it's a different Spider-Man. Totally different than Peter Parker. So if you're into it, and the pose looks interesting. I mean, once we see what he's actually attached to, it'll give us more of an idea.
I think this is awesome. It's a brand new character. It's a Spider-Man, but like Spider-Man, this Miles Morris, Peter Parker, and then like the 2099 or whatever. You collect the other ones. I think they'd go really well together. It'd be really cool to get a whole collection of one-fourth statues of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's a totally different colors.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is from they're gonna do a Spider-Man animated movie coming to theaters.
For
winter.
Yeah.
And it's about Miles Morales, and it has the same font. So I wonder if this is like straight from that animated movie.
And it kind of looks, I don't know what you guys think, but he kind of looks like he's doing that pose of the piece everyone loves, where he's hanging.
Yeah.
That's what the pose looks like to me, anyway.
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with this.
I think it looks good.
Oh, interesting. Let me see. Half scale. I'll get some pictures later. I had some.
Yeah, the half scale. I mean, it looks good. I don't know. I decided. I don't think I told you yet. But after I thought it over for a while, even with the Batman, I was all set to order. I just said no. Half scale's too big.
I dig this one though because it's half scale, but the way he's posed, it's not a huge statue.
Yeah, I hear.
So it doesn't take that much space.
I mean, we're talking about Spider-Man. This is a Joker show.
Joker.
Cass, what do you think about this?
So I was waiting.
You're getting that collection, yeah.
Waiting to see this because I was looking at the Batman, and I'm gonna pass. The face, it's cool. Third Joker, right? They're doing another or fourth Joker, fifth Joker.
Fourth.
Not counting the movie ones, not counting the movie Jokers. So just another Joker.
All right, I was counting the movie one.
Yeah. So I mean. And it's 1/5 scale, and it's $500 probably. So
man, I didn't notice all the teeth he had.
Yeah, kind of has that alien look to his
mouth.
If it was under 400, I'd buy it.
They're pricey, right?
Scale for $500.
$585 was it for the?
Yeah, for a 1/5 scale, that's a lot.
Yeah. You could go shine that up and take that else somewhere. It's not going to sell out.
Easy pass.
It's an easy. Yeah.
Easy pass. I mean, no pictures in here, but they're coming out with a.
Well, yeah, those two that you're talking about don't make any sense to me, and I'm going to explain why.
Does anybody even want Elektra or Daredevil? I never even thought.
I have Daredevil and Elektra right here. I love them only because they're characters. I absolutely love the comic books. Now, I went out and bought them. And what I love about them is the size is very limited. There's only 500 of them. Why? Because nobody ordered them. So they were great pieces that no one ordered because not many people follow Daredevil. They were hoping with the Netflix show they would get more love for the character. But he's still... You either love him or you could care less. So it never sold the first time around. And Elektra, this will be the third Elektra, none of them ever sold. So why the hell are you making more? Doesn't make sense to me.
It seems like they're trying to ride that movie or the Netflix series.
Yeah, I mean, if it was based on that one, I'd consider it, depending how good the costume looked. But I already have a comic book one that looks perfect in the red costume. I'm sure as hell not buying another Daredevil's fan. Or Elektra, because I have them both.
Probably not getting it, but I'm excited to see at least a Daredevil, just to see it, because Daniel Bell is making it.
Sculpting. Well, I mean, if it's good, it's good. But the problem is the first one didn't sell. I don't see the second one selling.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I'm really these two most excited about. It's the
these two are kind of a slap in the face. Okay, because all the people that we loved that jumped on the original Trinity, now you're bringing out newer pieces which kind of look better, in my opinion. So now, if we want the new ones, we got to buy those and then try to sell ones that you can't sell for shit.
Yeah. This is how I see it. I mean, I understand both sides, like the OG collectors, and I really feel bad, actually. But I don't like, for example, I'm a newer collector, and I just cannot get. They're nice, like the old Justice League line. I have them behind me, but I just cannot get excited about a new like a new Flash or a new Museum, because they're all, to me, just my opinion. Don't jump on me, but they look a little outdated with the stuff that's coming up now. If they come out with a Flash, this is why I think
I agree. I know what you're saying. You're talking about how they put them in those spandex,
like the spandex. The base is kind of simple. Like it's just I understand like when we're missing a Flash, but I just like when I got the Green Lantern, like it's a nice statue, but compared with the stuff that's coming out now from like Sam and Prime 1, I think they needed to. I know it sucks for.
I don't know. I think the Flash though fits in because the Flash is not wearing any fabric. It's all painted and sculpted. It's got the shiny paint on it. So I think the Green Lantern fits in, but I agree with you with the Batman, Superman, and to an extent the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So I see why they're doing it. I'll probably get them because they're different enough. Was on the original one better than this one. I like the face on this one better than the original.
Yeah, I like the face better. I agree with you.
I mean, because look at this pose. It's going to be a really weird pose, and I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like you could put a cowboy hat on her and call her like you. She's swinging.
Yeah. It's kind of.
I really dig the face though. Like
the face I like.
I think that's what sells it. Sells the statue right here.
Yeah. No, but this got me really excited, and let me pull up the Superman, man. The textured costume, and then him holding the Brainiac head is just.
So yeah. So this is really awesome. So with the premium format, with the old Alex Ross look, I think that's awesome, and I don't think you could actually top it. His face looks kind of funny here, but like he's got the classic Superman outfit here. This is more of a New 52 or Rebirth Superman. It wouldn't make sense to do cloth with this new outfit.
Cloth?
You know what I mean? The cloth.
Oh,
cloth.
I honestly prefer them without cloth.
Dude, I honestly think cloth is just my opinion, is outdated. I haven't seen cloth superheroes.
With this cloth Superman outfit, it looks amazing though.
Yes, I agree. I like this. I like sculpted better.
It looks good, man, but I don't know, in terms of quality, it just looks so much better sculpted. With what they can do now with digital sculpting, that it looks like a real suit, and they don't need to like.
Yeah, you don't need cloth anymore.
Put pajamas on.
Yeah.
No, but I can see. I like both. I like the OG, the original ones. I like these ones. I just really think that they needed to up their game a little bit, man, because I wasn't really impressed with that last Green Lantern, and the Aquaman was alright.
Aquaman and Green Lantern though, would fit because they're shinier paint, fully sculpted, no cloth, so they kind of fit in with this new
And
line.
and it's really Sideshow's fault because they took way too long to come out with the line, man. Look at Prime 1. 2 years, they already announced the whole Justice League line.
That's right.
Almost all of it is for pre-order. If you're gonna do a line, do it now. If you're gonna take that long, man, like when we were asking for it, man, like that, for example, just an example. I know you guys got screwed on the Joker, but a Joker came out 2011. It's what, 2018, and still no Two-Face, still no Mr. Freeze. Like
exactly, that's the point that we were discussing.
They took
There's
so long.
many.
They took
so many villains that could have been done, and the fact that you're bringing out more of the guys that have been done in the Heroes line instead of doing the Flash doesn't make sense to me. You've teased the Flash 2 years ago. Every 12 days, every new Comic-Con that comes, everyone's like, okay, we're going to get the Flash. We're going to get the Flash. No Flash. So it's like, come on, stop fucking around.
Yeah. The big issue is I like the Superman, but the big issue is you got to finish the other line then. At least finish the other older line, because I'm not selling my. It looks better than this. The face sculpt, anyways. Fourth about cloth versus fully sculpted.
Plus, I'm not a fan. Like for us that we're fans of the old school look. You're giving the new 52 outfit. People know Superman with the red tights, red underwear, whatever you want to call it. You know, not the stupid pants.
I will probably buy this piece, but I will wait because this will be an ES of like 5,000 plus. This is probably going to be $500 to $600, probably more. So I'm going to wait. I will buy it off of eBay, and I don't care if it's exclusive or not, and I will try to get it for cheaper than what it's selling for. Yes, is going to be huge on these. You guys got to remember, this is Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman.
Well, think about the original ESs. Were ridiculous.
I think the people who got screwed over, it's also is the people that, well, like maybe like me, because they pre-ordered the whole new 52 line, and this is basically another modern look.
Oh yeah,
and this is probably going to be cheaper, and it looks great to me.
The only new 52 one I'm tempted now to get is the Flash, just because they're jerking around with making.
I don't think it's coming out, bro. Like the museum pose, I don't think they're gonna come out with it, bro. They're probably gonna do an action pose to go with this new line.
Well, I don't mind if it looks like these newer ones. Just give me a quarter scale Flash.
I kind of felt bad for you, David. I'm like, whoa, now Sideshow's coming out with, Rebirth /52, you know what I mean? Outfits. I'm like, what are you going to do? David, are you going to sell?
No, dude, my main thing is Justice League. Like, if I have to get rid of everything and just keep to my Justice League members, if there's 3-4 versions, I'll get the Justice League. If I have to get rid of other stuff, but
are you going to keep Prime 1? Are you keeping Prime 1, or are you going to invest in this stuff?
No, I'm keeping Prime 1, and I'm jumping on this train too. And after that, then I'm done. I was debating the Iron Studios Trinity is out of the picture now. I was debating that.
The third line.
Yeah, the one that's out of the picture. I've canceled my Iron Studios Batman. And I'm not gonna get that one over. But this line 1/4, I have to, man. Can't say no to
I didn't have a problem with this, with rebooting the Trinity. That's fine, because the ones that I have is old school Superman, modern Batman. You know what I mean? And those older costumes look great with cloth. So I'm welcoming this new look, this new outfit, fully sculpted. I'm on board with that. I got excited when I saw DC villains, and I clicked on it. I'm like, all right, we've got a whole bunch of new DC villains to go with my Batman, and 3 of ones that I already have. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because, I am kind of upset because the price might go down on some of the statues, but I'm more upset because I could easily go sell these ones and go get the new ones if I wanted to, right? So because
I don't know about easily.
I'm just waiting more.
Not in today's market.
Well, no, but I'll take a loss, but whatever. I'm more upset because I have to wait now for more different DC villains. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna do another Bane? Are they gonna do another?
Right?
You know what I mean?
That's the whole thing. And then is it better? And if it's better, doesn't that just shit on all the people that just bought the Bane? I mean, that's what I don't like about what they're pulling.
Yeah. No, I think when they messed up taking so long. That's what I believe.
Well, you could say that with everything, though, in general, because this is how I looked at it. A lot when I first saw, we'll take him for example, Wolverine. When I first saw the new Wolverine, I was excited. I'm like, yes, a new Wolverine, it'll be unmasked, blah, 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 blah. Then I thought about it. I'm like, I have a perfect Wolverine. It's an OG. So what the fuck do I need another Wolverine for? Pass.
Yeah.
So it's like everything that comes out, this is me. Look at pass, 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 pass. Nothing Sideshow puts out excites me anymore. I'm at the point where I'm done with Sideshow.
No,
unless they bring something out that you used to be the big thinkers, the guys that thought outside of the box, that did stuff for themselves. Now you're just copying every other company. Instead of innovating, you're copying Prime One or you're copying IA. Fuck that shit. Make characters people want. This is why, and I hate the prices, don't get me wrong, but this is why I respect XM, because they go outside of the box and they make the characters that no one else has the cojones to make.
Yeah. They have a really good originality pieces.
You're doing, all right, Daredevil. So you have Daredevil and Elektra made already. They didn't sell them. What happens? Now we take XM. XM makes Kingpin. Who decides, let's remake Daredevil and Elektra again. Let's not give you a Kingpin. These are my point. Make the statues that aren't made
any sense at all.
Oh, Poison Ivy? Forget about it.
This doesn't make any sense at all.
You already have 2 Poison Ivies that are amazing. You're also doing, you have the regular, which I have. You have the green with Envy. XM's doing the samurai one that looks amazing. And you're going to bring out another regular Poison Ivy? I mean, for what? How many Poison Ivies do you need? Thank God they thought outside of the box before these and said, let's do Zatanna, let's do...
they have Batwoman, Zatanna.
Yeah, those characters. At least, thank God.
Batwoman's not a villain.
Got them first. Black Canary. Because we would have never seen these characters if they just were going to rehash. And this is why I love the DC line. Because everything DC, when you heard a DC release was coming out, you were like, yes. Because every time they came out with one, it was someone from out of nowhere that you were like, oh my God, they're finally doing this character.
Yeah.
So when I heard there was going to be some DC releases, like Tim, I got excited. We're going to see some new stuff. And then they announced them, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? All the DC pieces that are coming out are remakes.
Yeah.
I mean, they easily could have done the Riddler.
Yes,
Riddler, Mr. Freeze.
Riddler, Mr. Freeze.
Man-Bat, Grundy, Two-Face,
Scarecrow.
Playing devil's advocate. So, I think, do you guys think they take little chances, but if they don't sell, they give up? This is just an example. You guys are asking for villains, right? They did Killer Croc. They're basically giving it away, man. Nobody's buying that. Like, I think they maybe
Killer Croc
put a little bit
of a character. I think that was a wrong pick.
Yeah.
I think if you did a Riddler or a Two-Face, it would sell.
No, I agree with the Riddler and Two-Face.
And definitely Mr. Freeze. So there's characters out there, you're just choosing not to do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do pick someone like Killer Croc, don't make so many. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the thing.
At a higher price point.
Look at XM. They'll make a piece with a low run just to please the fans. Now, you don't have to have everything be 5,000 ES. You can make something with a 500 ES. Don't give me no crap that you're not making money. You're paying $30-$40 for materials and charging $600-$700 for these statues. So don't play games and say, "Oh, we're not making any money," because that's a crock of shit.
I mean, we'll see. We'll have, maybe they're crap once they really reveal them and they don't stand. They're not good against the OG, so we'll see.
The Harley OG, I talked a lot of shit about the Harley OG. Now that I have it, I really like it.
Dude, it's gorgeous. I don't know how anyone
it's pretty amazing.
Shit about it.
I don't know.
Especially
and then the Joker portrait is unbeatable.
Yes, that Joker got me into comic collecting again. Because before
I don't think they're gonna match
stuff until I saw that Joker, and I was like, "Oh my god, they hit it out of the park."
He's got the little flower, and then it's connected to a little wire, and then there's like a little squishy thing that sits in his pocket. I'm like, it's so cool. It
reminds me of the scene in the '89 Batman where he sprays the acid out of.
Yeah. I mean, I could see why they did it, but they could do so much more, I think.
And it's not, people got to understand, it's not that we're per se crapping on these pieces, because that's not what we're getting at. What we're trying to explain is from most of the collectors on here, I would say, or at least that watch the show, are older collectors that have been in the game for a while. Now, David may not fall into that category yet, but he's got a lot of pieces. He just got them fast. So when you have a lot of these pieces, you're hoping for some new things. When you're seeing the same characters, whether the pose is different, whether the costume's different, for me personally, because I do Marvel and DC, I'm not buying the same character more than once. I don't got the room. So I want to see, I have room. I believe I did the math.
Especially like a low-level character. You know what I mean? Maybe you have a couple Batmans. Maybe you have a couple Supermans.
I have room for 6 Marvel characters and 8 DC characters. Once that's filled, I'm done. I'm cutting everyone off. I'm done with collecting. I'm not saying I'm not going to do a show. I'm not going to talk to my friends. I'm not going to do that. No, but I'm done buying stuff. My collection will be complete unless I see something that's like, oh, I got to get it. But which is probably a rarity from what I'm seeing lately. But that's how it's going to be. So I'm looking for a new character here and there. But when I can go a whole year, like let's take 2017, the only piece that I liked that whole year was Thanos. And now here we go with 2018. Nothing that interests me yet. I mean, granted, it just started, but nothing has interested me yet. It's come out. The closest thing that I'm interested in is that the Wasp.
Oh, yeah, the Wasp.
Other than that, I have not have any interest in anything that's come out.
The 1/5?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I might get that, but other than that, I haven't been interested in anything.
Tim, are you getting anything besides the Justice League from the 12
this year?
Yeah, from 12 days that we saw. What are you getting?
What do I want to get from the 12 days? Just because they're different. Put them. Maybe I could put like a shelf back here behind me. They're different enough that it's not that big of a deal, I think. But it does kind of suck if you already have a ton of statues and you wanted something different from DC. You know what I mean? Another Superman, another Batman. You're like, great. I believe there was a poll online, and people were taking it, which one they liked out of the 12 days. And I think Wonder Woman was like 60%, one that people were most excited about. I think Batman and Superman were 20%. They were the lowest. So I think a lot of people are excited about the new Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, because of the face, like we discussed, it has a better face.
It's a beautiful piece. I like the pose better on this one. It goes better with my women in armor line. So
yeah, it has that tough, I guess that badass looking pose.
She's like holding she's got a shield, like she's got.
I agree. I wish. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know, especially Omar over there doesn't like the face at all, but it's got a nice face, but not as nice as the new one.
Yeah.
And the way they made it with the different hair and everything, it's not like they made it easy to make a custom head for it. So that's the reason you don't really see any customs for the head.
Yeah, I'm doing my custom Wonder Woman cape this week. I'm going to make sure I do it. I'm pretty excited about that. I think I'm going to do my own custom Superman cape, like the one you have, David. Myself.
It'll be a lot cheaper.
I'm not going to pay someone's.
Well, the Superman one wasn't really super expensive. The Batman one was.
The Batman is $225, I think.
Superman is I'm running out of room, and I could put if I get one without the wires, it'll be I could fit Darkseid in there without that cape. What's up, Omar?
What's going on?
What else are we missing from the 12 days? What else didn't we talk about yet?
That's pretty much it. The last thing was a Mythos 1/6 collection figure.
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything.
The Boba Fett, there's another Boba Fett.
And to answer your question for me, what am I interested in them? Big fat zilch.
Not even the Superman or the Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman, Lou?
No, I'm not buying. There is no way in hell I will ever repurchase something I bought already. Because, and Omar can confer to this, you won't get crap for that statue. You would have to give it away for $100 to get anything for that old school Wonder Woman. So I am not selling a $400 or $500 piece for $100 to go spend $600 or $700 for the same character who's going to have an ES of 10,000. So that ain't happening.
I think you might get a little bit more.
You might get a little more, but let's face it, you're losing money on the deal.
If you bought it, paid MSRP, let's see. Let me look.
300 to 350.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see.
I was just being facetious by saying, but yeah, the point is, you can get a small amount of money, but the price has gone up so much, you can guarantee the new one's going to be in the $600 to $800. And then
I'm going to be like Omar. I would wait, especially for these newer ones, because the ES is going to be huge. It's not going to be hard to find them. It's not going to be hard to find them.
Did anyone Mark III? Lou, did you pick up the Mark III?
No, I didn't. What I'm going to do, because I don't know if I told anyone, but basically what my goal is I want to have all my shit. I don't want to do too much more to the room. I'm happy with where the collection is now, other than doing the custom doors and whatnot. So the Mark 42, he sticks out. So I'm going to sell him, even if it means taking a bit of a loss. I do want to get the Mark 42 from XM because that stands straight up. It's not going to be a problem. I could fit it in the case. Doesn't sell for a lot of money. It fits in the case, no problem. And I have to have an Iron Man. Now, the new one also doesn't fit in the case because the base is too big. No, the base is too wide.
I think it's pretty big. Yeah.
So, yeah, the depth. It's something like 16 inches, where a Besta is only 15.
I remember, yeah, it was crazy.
A Besta is 15 3/4. So
you just got to turn them.
Sticking out.
Just turn them.
So he's going.
Like that.
I'm probably going to get rid of Gamora because she's hard to put anything next to because of the pose. Her leg slides out. And then I'm probably going to get rid of Angela because as much as I like the piece, with the pose she's in, that's the EX, there's no way in hell you're fitting it in the Besta because the pose is just, her arms are back too much. So I think those three are going to go. I pretty much have ideas. Like, I think in the one case, I'm gonna move my what's her name? The White Queen, Emma Frost, over there to the rest of the Marvel. I'm gonna do the new like I said, the XM Mark 42, and I'll get something to go next to that. Then I'm gonna do probably Ant-Man with the Wasp. And then I'll get 2 male characters to go up here next to these two. And then Marvel will be finished. And then I have room for 8 DC pieces. But once all of those are filled in, I'm pretty much out of the game.
Can I show you guys something?
Mm-hmm.
So this project...
Oh, and not to cut you off, and there is one custom piece I want, which is the Jubilee to go with my Marvel. But that's it. Go ahead.
So like this custom piece has been in the works for like the past 2 years now, probably. Mm-hmm. It's finally finished, and I just want to show you guys. So this Batgirl, it's a Batgirl project. Actually, it's like a Sirens project. I'll show you guys. Basically, it's 100% ownage made, and I just want to show you guys the production photos.
I remember you sent them to me.
Yo, take a look at this face paint application. Okay.
The Harley Quinn, I think, is amazing.
Take a look at this. Can you guys see this paint? This is production.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I got it on.
Take this. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Oh, I see. I saw the review for that. Oh.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe the guy wasn't so amazed, man.
Not to mention the bases look amazing with the rest of the line.
Yeah.
What's it look like with the cape on?
I'm sorry? What'd you say?
Something about the cape.
Yeah, he asked about a cape.
Oh, you want to see with the cape on?
Yeah.
So the cape is 100% genuine leather. I think. Hold on, let me try and find what it looks like. Oh, okay. This is what it looks like with a cape. Leather cape, dude. This thing is ridiculous. My gosh.
Let me see.
You know, the flesh tone in it is very nice.
I really like the pose. I know it's really simple, but it just has a very feminine look to it. But it also looks like she's not like a weakling. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love this piece, dude.
I think in the review he was saying that they got somebody else to sculpt the unmask. I don't remember who it was.
The unmasked?
Yeah, like it was another sculptor from the rest of the.
I'm not sure, but I know the painter is his name is DJ Kim. He's a Korean painter, and like Korean painters. I don't know if you guys know this, but Korean painters are like the best. Like James TCE, most of the Hot Toys painters, like the prototype painters, they're all Korean.
Well, what I'm gonna say though is, if you guys want to see a pose, this is a pose.
Oh shit!
That's the Harley Quinn.
Is this the same line?
Yeah, it's the same line. Omar showed.
Yeah, it's the same line. Yeah, so they have Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude, this guy did such a good job. Like,
that's really cool.
I'm usually not a fan of video game statues, but when it comes to Arkham, it's like it still has, you know, like it still has like the essence of the characters, but it looks more lifelike.
Holy shit!
This is the Catwoman.
That's a win, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The face sculpt is amazing. Like, I have the full size picture, which it won't show in the screen share, but it's got a really nice face.
Like like these pieces, I know I love the museum look of them. Like they look museum, but they're not like static.
That's awesome.
Yeah, here's the Harley from the front.
That's the winner, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the face on that.
I am Batman.
The base is awesome too. No, I dig it.
Yeah, that's what's awesome. The bases match the whole DC getup with all those statues.
I agree with Tim. The face on that one is a little weak. It's not.
Well, again, remember, we're not seeing it painted yet, so you're not really can't appreciate without the highlights and the shading and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I would order these if I was still in the game, but whoever, like, if someone's like looking for like quarter scale, like I could vouch for this quality. Like, I'm telling you guys, this thing is like ridiculous.
If this was Harley in
I saw
the original Arkham costume, I'd order it in a second. But I already have her in this costume, so it's like, damn.
You know, I saw your Harley go for pretty low on eBay recently, Lou. She went for like $700.
I know. That's why I said that they're screwing over the collectors big time. Dude, I saw, and now granted, I shouldn't have passed it up at the time, but I had saw a couple of months, I want to say 2 months ago, the Deathstroke exclusive, and it went for $650.
Wow.
Jesus.
So it's all about timing with those 1/3 scales.
Yeah.
But again, this is
I'm trying to find that.
when you flood the market with shit, this is what happens. It's a good time for the buyers. It's a bad time for the sellers.
God, dude, can I tell you guys something about what's it called? A piece that I got in. Have you guys seen the bushy Wonder Woman? Have you guys seen that? I don't know.
Which one?
Tim?
I've seen pictures of it.
Hold on, I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
So I got this in, right? Oh my gosh, I actually feel like I got scammed. I feel like I got scammed.
No, I don't. Are you showing it? Because I don't see any.
Hold on, I'm showing it right now. I kind of don't want to say this because I'm trying to sell it, but.
Honestly, I know what you mean.
I'm trying to get.
I get you.
Have you guys seen? Did you guys see this?
Yeah,
it looks great because Sam is such a good photographer. But dude, this thing is the biggest piece of junk I've ever seen.
Oh
My gosh, bro, I don't even think I can make back like. I can't even do local sale because if someone see, bro, like how do you not sculpt under the skirt? Like I'm not even like the type where like I look under or anything. It's just like it's like for me it's like the extra detail. You know what I mean? You're paying like 700, 800 bucks for a statue. Like give it like sculpt underneath, bro. It's like black. It's like literally cut black. It's not even like sculpted or. It's the biggest piece of junk. The sword is like foam or like really really cheap plastic. Like it's like so light. It's not even plastic. Like, dude, I actually wanted to I love Nassim. Like he's a nice guy, but dude, like that factory scammed him. Like dude, that thing is a piece of garbage. I actually feel like I wish I could get my money back. Like, oh, my.
That sucks.
It's actually as bad as the Sideshow Wonder Woman.
What do you hate the most of it?
Sorry?
What do you dislike it the most about it? Like, why do you hate it? Is it only because of the unsculptedness under the skirt, or is it?
The thing that I hate the most, probably the paint application.
Okay.
It's just.
And that's key. Paint
I was gonna say because the
unsculpted
underneath the skirt wouldn't be too bad, but.
Yeah, no, but it's no. I'm not saying that's the main. Like, okay, like you see the gold here. Do you see my mouse or not?
Yeah.
Like you see the gold here. Do you see this? Like, what is like? It's so sloppy. Like, I don't know. Like, oh, man, and I look at this greatness right here, and it's like, like Sam asked me like what I thought. What I thought of it, and I was like, "Do you want the honest truth?" And then he just messaged me. He's the one that said, he's like, yeah, I think it's pretty crowded too.
I mean, come on, how hard is it to paint underneath?
Dude, like, oh man.
And to leave it black. If you leave it black, it just kind of looks like you're like, no one cares.
What are you doing? Like, how could you do that? It's like this is the exact same thing as Sideshow painting on the underwear for Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
go to the portrait.
Exactly. And who was this by? Bushy Collector?
Yeah.
Well, then why is there no bush? But I just felt like saying, yeah, I'm just busting chops. But the point is,
I think the portrait.
Every statue I own, even going back to, it's not a Bowen piece. It's what's his name? Oh my God, More Designs or something. More Studios. He did a Witchblade, and I have that piece. And his Witchblade, it's painted. She's wearing panties, whatever you want to call them. So. Every statue I own is painted underneath. If it's a chick, and if it's a guy, obviously you're not going to be wearing a skirt where it's covered. But they're all painted. So to just throw some black paint on there and call it a day, I don't know. That's sloppy.
Man. No, Omar, what do you think about this?
And is the face supposed to be Gal Gadot?
Doesn't look like Gal Gadot.
Yeah. The face honestly isn't too bad. The sculpt
from this picture, it's hard to tell.
The sculpt is great. Like it's really great. It's just I hate when commissioners cheapen out and they don't hire a master painter. Because this is like when you see this, you can see right away this is factory painted. Like the factory painted the prototype, and they painted the production as well. If you don't hire a master painter, it just looks really bad. Like you're giving the factory artistic freedom, and that's not good because the factory isn't a professional painter, right? Like they're not professional. They don't know how to prototype paint.
Yeah,
unless it's like
of
owners.
course not. That's why
owners is fine. But
That's why you always hire a master painter.
Man, the statue pisses me off.
The other one you keep showing, I always liked.
You know what's weird about it is the skirt material looks like the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a leather shield? Is that why? Like even on the front of it, the material looks the same as it does on the sword. It looks kind of weird.
Man. Sam was like, use my photos, try to get rid of it. Bro. I mean, it's like I'm telling you, if this was like $400, I wouldn't mind, but 700, give me a break.
That sucks.
Bro, especially when you can get like Sideshow Bane for 700.
That's the problem with all these pieces. The prices. People back in the day were a little more accepting because the prices matched maybe the quality. Well, they went way above back in the day when you were getting pieces like Doom for $300. But now you look at it and you're paying $700-800 and the paint quality has gone down. That's a bad look.
Prime One uses factory to paint, and that's why I don't know if you guys see like with Prime One, the statue itself is really well painted, while the base is not on the same level as the thing. That's because the factory usually pays attention to the figure more than the base. Yeah, like Prime One doesn't have any master painters. The only one who uses master painters are Sideshow and HMO uses master painters. It's just I don't know if you noticed, like with HMO, like their production is never as good as like their prototypes. Like never as good.
I've never owned one, so I don't know.
Well, neither is Sideshow's production, but
oh yeah, hell no. You go to Comic-Con and you look at the master sculpts and you're like, oh, this looks amazing, and then you get a piece like this doesn't look like it, you know.
Yo, Louis, is this the Jubilee you're getting or no?
No, the one that I'm gonna get is she's in a regular pose. That one I believe is only 1/6 scale.
Oh, gotcha.
That's a pretty cool one.
The one it looks similar. It's got that year's look to it, but it's in a museum type pose and it's quarters.
Click on that Wolverine. Is that the one that the big stocky Wolverine?
This one's like a Jim Lee Wolverine.
This one's a different one that I'm thinking. There's one that's where Wolverine's like super jacked. I thought it came out really well with the paint apps. And a lot of people didn't like him because he was too thick. But I thought he looked good.
This is the one that I want to maybe pre-order.
Oh yeah, you should. Man. I mean, you
should wait for Prime One.
Pretty nice, but I don't know. I really liked. I believe it was Peter Tabish's where you see the little kid and he's forming.
Oh yeah. I like the piece. I just don't like the kid there. I'd rather see just.
Where are you gonna display this, dude? Is this quarter scale?
Yeah, this is quarter scale. Yo, look at this base. So no, he's debating if he wants to make it like. Look at this ridiculous.
What?
Well, especially with the lightning that high above his head.
That's like 4 feet.
That's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of like, I don't know if any of you have seen the piece, but when they redid Vampirella and they put her on this ginormous pedestal, kind of like that one, and you're saying to yourself, why? It's just a waste of space.
Yeah, I do like the Onslaught, though.
Yes, the Onslaught is on.
This one looks sick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've talked to him about that.
Can I show you? Can I show you guys another thing? This one just finished actually. This is so I remember I showed you guys like last year or maybe a year, 2 years ago on the show. I showed you guys a Mr. Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
It's finally shipping. Like,
oh my god.
it's been so yeah. Like I told you guys, they're notorious for like being late all the time in terms of production things. But you take in these photos. This is like finished work right here.
I'm taking it its ownage if it's taken.
It is ownage, yeah. I wouldn't bring it up if it's not.
Yeah.
Take this in. Look at this paint app. This is factory.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Look at that skull. It looks like a real skull, dude.
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Holy smokes. That's like macro, and you don't see a single paint flaw.
That's awesome.
Macro. Holy.
All I know is shipping.
Look at this.
Such an underrated character.
Especially with the new movie coming out.
Oh, is that Age of Apocalypse? Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Man, this thing is so sick. It's so sick.
Anyone that saw the end of the other movie knows that Mr. Sinister is coming. All right, so I guess because I know Tim talked about it. I don't know where the hell he is, but
I'm back.
all right, I know you wanted to discuss Star Wars because me and you were talking about that.
Has everybody seen it?
Oh my god!
Omar, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
No, I've been ranting for 2 weeks.
I'm mad that I spent $20 to see it.
Oh,
spent $20?
Because I saw it in IMAX 3D.
I went for my work paid for everyone to go, so I went for free.
You were disappointed with it for free, so imagine if you paid.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I had a good time because I was with my kids, though.
Mm.
So it was a good time because I was with my kids, but the movie itself didn't make any sense.
Oh my god!
Talk about it.
I wanted to like break shit in the theater after the movie ended. Like I literally wanted to throw a chair through the screen.
It was that bad to me, man. I agree.
I was like, what the F are you thinking, bro?
When I saw Leia doing the Mary Poppins, I was gonna walk out. Like, I'm not even joking, man.
Mary Poppins.
I was gonna walk out, dude. And then the whole hour and a half they spent in that stupid casino planet for no reason. No reason at all. No reason at all. And then at the end, they're finishing their little quest, and they let go of that little camel, whatever it is. And she goes, no, you know what? No matter what happens, it was worth it, dude. I was gonna get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, not only all of that, like for me, you had that stupid milking of that animal scene, which was retarded.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't like what they did with Luke.
Then Luke was a total bitch.
Total bitch, yeah.
A badass.
Yeah.
Then, let's see what else.
He killed Darth Vader, right? Like he stopped Darth Vader.
The main thing is they set up stuff in Force Awakens, and I didn't like Force Awakens that much, but it's an alright movie. But they're setting things up, and you go like, okay, this Rey is way overpowered, but maybe they'll explain it. In the second one.
Well, yeah.
And then you go like, yo, this
say her parents.
Yeah, when you find out about her parents. I was like,
oh my god!
I was like,
hold on, and then they
get the fuck out of here.
In Force Awakens, they're like, I want to know who Rey's parents are. I want to know what is this Knights of Ren. I want to know who the fuck is this Snoke. Where does this come from? I want to know what happened to the rebellion. Like, what happened? 30 years they messed everything up. And then it comes. You go to the Last Jedi, and as soon as she tries to give the lightsaber, and she tosses it, everything went out the window. Like
I was like, when would Luke Skywalker throw a lightsaber like it was a piece of trash?
They completely disregarded.
I said, what is this becoming Marvel, where we're going to inject comedy into every movie we make because it's Disney? I was
Disney's
like, get the fuck out of here.
They're killing them.
Horrible. And then a couple things would have redeemed the movie for me. The scene with the light speed. Why the fuck not have Leia doing that instead of this random chick that I've never heard about?
And here's my thing. Speaking of what you talked about, where the F did Leia just learn how to use the Force powers? They didn't explain none of that. All of a sudden, she's dead. She's in the middle of space, and she sucks herself back in unconsciously. I'm like, get the fuck out. She showed more power in the Force than Luke.
It was terrible, man.
And you got Luke sitting there saying, "Oh,
yo,
I cut myself off from the Jedi, so he doesn't even feel nothing anymore." I'm like, this whole thing is fucking retarded.
Yo, and then you have the perfect setup for Finn to die and have this heroic moment.
Yes, you don't even know.
And I'm like, this is gonna be perfect. I don't even like Finn, but this is gonna redeem it. It's gonna be awesome. And then this lady comes in and wants a little kiss. So she wants a little kiss. She goes to say,
you don't know how I was fist pumping when I thought this son of a bitch was gonna die.
Oh my god!
I hate that character.
And then
he is such a letdown. He's a bitch who wants to run from every fight, who always wants to take off like a coward, and we're supposed to care about him. I'm like, let him die. And then this bitch.
This whole movie would have been resolved if Leia and that purple head lady would have said, "Hey, what's the name?"
Yeah. All I kept seeing was Jurassic Park.
Just tell him the truth. Just tell him the truth. Yo, we have a plan. We have this settled. Like, you don't have to, like, you know what I mean? Oh, so unnecessary, man. And then the holographic.
Oh, and then come on, dude. Tell me the way Snoke went out was not a joke.
It was a joke.
This guy's supposed to be like the Emperor, the ultimate badass. And he's even saying, I could see everything he's doing in my mind. And he sits there and he gets cut in half by his own the lightsaber sitting next to him. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
There's no threat now. Starkiller Base is done. That Dreadnought thing is done. Snoke is done. It's just a couple of ships and Kylo. Like, they're done.
How about this? You're waiting because every movie is supposed to have that epic lightsaber duel. So now here we are, the whole fucking movie. I'm waiting for one. We finally get something cool when Kylo Ren kind of turned on him and he joins with Rey. Then you find out that was a crock of shit. And then finally we get to the Luke versus Ren, and I'm all excited. I'm hyped. The battle was garbage, A, and B, you find out the son of a bitch wasn't even there.
I hated that movie so fucking much.
Then Luke is like, let me fade into the sunset.
I love Rey's expedited training. She goes to this little rock.
How does she go from a nobody to swinging her lightsaber around, and she's a Force minister?
Oh my god. Such a garbage.
At least Luke had to train with Yoda. I mean, come on. The whole movie was a joke. It was a jumbled mess of a director who had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
They took the fantasy out of Star Wars, and I think that's the main problem.
They should have called it The Last Star Wars, because that's what it is. Because most of the fans are like this. I'm never seeing another one if you paid.
The prequels are better than this, and that's because
they were bad.
No, but there's a lot of hardcore fans defending this movie though, and I'm very surprised. There's a lot of hardcore fans defending.
When I saw the defense for it, I'm like, you're reaching. You just want an excuse to like a crap movie.
Well, look at the prequels. The prequels go in depth, and they they give you all this background story, all this. They give you the fantasy of Star Wars, and this movie They're giving you just more Disney comedy. They're trying to, feminize the movie with more, popular female characters, which isn't bad, but they make all the other male characters shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I actually thought
they did that with every single male
what
character
a
in this movie.
slap in the face to what they did to Phasma.
Mhm.
One of the biggest villains in the movie, and she dies like nothing.
It's such a piece of shit.
Kylo Ren is a horrible villain. He's not really that good of a villain, anyways. I don't like Kylo Ren at all.
Darth Vader would take a shit on the guy.
Yeah.
And then Luke, this hopeful character that went to all this trouble to save his dad in the third one. You think that same guy is capable of murdering this kid while he's sleeping?
Right? Yes, thank you.
Makes no fucking sense. It just makes no sense, man. Whatever.
He was gonna kill him.
Whatever.
Get the hell out.
Whatever, man.
Well, they don't.
Nothing
You
like
don't even
Luke
know.
Skywalker.
Okay, wait,
And the problem is you don't know
did you
why
guys
Luke
not
is the way
agree
he is.
Hold on, Homer wants to say
that
something.
Rey is like so good in the film though? I thought Rey was so good. Like I actually really liked Rey. Like every scene she was in, I thought she was great. But I didn't like.
I like
Rey. Rey is the only character I like in the whole movie.
She was so good in my opinion.
I wanna like Kylo, but every time he has a chance to be cool, he ends up being a dick.
Why do you have his shirt off in the movie too? It's kind of like weird. I'm
Yeah,
like, what? It
like
doesn't make
he
any sense
wants
at all.
The only character I like.
He wants a little Rey action, I think.
The previous movie though, like there was all these fan theories and all these theories that like
Yes, that's what
Rey's
made it
parents were someone important, right? And then you find out, oh, your parents were nobody, and it took away the funness and all the fantasy out of this character. It's like,
yeah,
she's just a regular
exactly.
person.
Like when she went in that cave and you're all excited because finally when she looks in the mirror, you're going to see her parents. And then what they showed you was like a slap in the face. Like you said, years of theory and thinking, which made the movie fun. That's what made the movie before it, The Force Awakens, so cool, because we had all these conversations and these thoughts of where it was going. And you just blew them out of the water with a sorry-ass excuse for who our parents are.
I can agree with that parent thing because I always am a fan of like people just being naturally gifted, like bloodlines and stuff like that. And having like, because it always explains a lot of things. Like let's say her parents were like Skywalkers or something, okay, or
which was the popular thing,
or Kenobis or something, right?
Kenobi. That's what I was going for.
If her parents were Kenobi, then it would explain her not having trained that much before being able to being like really strong with the Force. You know what I mean? Like having strong having the bloodline thing, it cancels so many loopholes. Like in all movies, like I've noticed this, like in all films and in animes, like TV shows. If you have a strong bloodline, like it literally excuses everything. Like when someone just goes beast mode, like oh this guy's just because he's a beast, like naturally, like he's a bloodline. Like
Dragon Ball Z.
Sorry.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like Rey lifting all those rocks, like it doesn't make sense because she's literally a nobody, right? So it's like but then again, if you think about, I actually was thinking about it during the movie, like they were saying how the Force randomly the Force chooses somebody to match the dark side, right? So because Kylo Ren was getting stronger, Rey naturally gets stronger. So like if you think of it like that, then maybe that makes sense, right? Like so the more Kylo Ren trains, the more the Force power boosts Rey, right? Because she's chosen by the Force. So that kind of makes sense. Because the kid randomly was able to use the Force as well.
I
right?
was just gonna say that's the only part that made sense. What they were trying to say was that
anybody
explain the next series of Jedi. So they show how, well, if Rey was randomly chosen, now here's this kid with the broom, and he's able to use the Force.
Yeah. So it's like, so maybe they're steering away from like the Skywalker OP like
No,
brokenness.
that's fine if they wanted to do that, but they make her so perfect. She doesn't struggle with anything. She's the perfect character. In Force Awakens, immediately knew how to flew the Falcon. In Force Awakens, immediately knew how to fix
Exactly.
the Falcon.
You're this
She
slave
immediately
person.
force force controls a stormtrooper. Immediately knows how to fight with a lightsaber, and then everything. There's no struggle. You don't see her struggling like Luke, like any other character.
Like, come
really.
on, here's the perfect way they could have explained it. They could have still had her have been this nobody, but she could have been a Knight of Ren who had this training along with Kylo, hence why he remembered her. But then she got mind wiped. That would have made sense.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yo.
It would have made her more interesting if she actually joined Kylo when Kylo reached out.
That's what I wanted,
and that would have made her interesting to me. But
what in the coming attractions, that's what they made it seem like. You see her holding his lightsaber, and she has this badass look on her face, like she turned. Because what I was thinking from the theories was maybe people were right, and she was the Emperor's child. So she was going to be the dark one, and then Ren was going to be the one who was made back to the light, and he becomes the hero type thing. So it would have had a twist. But then they blew that out of the water. And I'm like, everything that I hoped for the movie, you shot down, and you just Disneyfied and ruined the movie.
Yep.
I thought
even Luke Skywalker himself came out and said, "This is not my Luke Skywalker."
Yeah, I honestly didn't like Mark Hamill in this film at all. Like I thought the only thing that kept me going was Rey. Rey's performance, in my opinion, was so good. Like I loved watching her on screen. But what's it called? Everything else. Oh, and Snoke. Honestly, like I know he went out like in a bad way, but like hearing him talk, it was so sinister in my opinion. Like I thought his dialogue was great. Like when he was talking, like you could kind of, I don't know, I could resonate some evilness in his voice.
I could understand and accept the way he went out if they would have came up with a good plot behind it or story behind it, but they didn't. And that's what ruined it for me. And like he said, like David said, where is it going? Who is the villain? You killed off every villain in the fucking movie.
This guy
who is the villain in the last movie?
Snoke was so powerful that he can sense what they were sensing. He can do like Skype calls between Jedis. And you're telling me you can't tell this clown is about to switch to the middle.
I see the lightsaber turning.
You can't tell, it's so powerful, and you can't tell this little lightsaber moving around. Come on, man.
Right? I can sense the lightsaber turning towards the real enemy and all of this, and then it's
and if you want to give me you want to give me a shit story, in my opinion, then finish it off with some nice lightsaber battles, and I'll just see that and I'll be like, well,
yes, I could have been.
You can't even give me that. You can't even give me that, man. Just a little clash of lightsabers, I would have been fine. But
I mean, come on, you had this epic scene where all these lasers are going at Luke, and he comes walking out unscathed. And then Kylo goes to him. And the only thing I could think of was they're going to end the movie right here, and I'm not going to get my lightsaber battle. But however, they didn't do that. They go into this little battle thing, and then he does that stupid shit like Ben Kenobi, gets cut in half and vanishes, and we find out he's not even there. And I'm like, yo, you just destroyed Star Wars.
That was really dumb, actually, in my opinion.
Yo, Omar.
What?
Well, anybody have something good to say about the movie?
Oh, yeah, so
Rey, man. Rey was so cute. Like I forget.
Okay, besides Omar and his crush. Besides Omar and his crush, is anybody else like?
But it's like, the only, obviously Kylo Ren's going to be the bad guy in the last movie, but he's shown nothing, nothing to say he's powerful and that he's worth.
Right. He's not a
like Rey Fought guy Rey fought him in the first movie with no skills and almost killed his ass.
You're not afraid
So
of him.
what
You're afraid of
that mean?
Vader. You're afraid of Palpatine. I'm not afraid of Kylo. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
Like when Palpatine, my favorite scene that showed how evil Palpatine was when he goes to Luke, and when Luke wouldn't join, and he goes, "So be it, Jedi," and he lights him up with the Force lightning. That's evil, not the shit we're seeing in these movies. This is like Disney's version of evil.
That's garbage.
I mean, it's like, get the hell out of here.
There's two scenes that I liked with Kylo Ren. When he caught the saber, turned it on and off. That was pretty sick. You gotta admit.
That was pretty good.
There were some good scenes.
I was like, oh,
just the story
they did that. They went there. That and,
it's like the Justice League.
So now, what are we supposed to think? So now is Finn with the Asian girl, or is Finn still chasing Rey? I mean, what's the deal with? I don't get him. I wanted this son of a bitch to go out. He was going at the thing.
You can't.
I was like, yes.
You can't weaponize light speed, man. And any other Star Wars movie,
that's another thing.
Just turbo it and just blow anything up, bro. Doesn't matter. Like,
right? That was crazy too, out of nowhere. You just light speed through the ship and it blows up.
Not even one ship. It blew almost the whole armada, man.
And come on, there would have been better people who could have went out than the chick from Jurassic Park.
Yep.
I mean, I would have rathered Admiral Akbar or something was the guy who gave up his life to save the fleet. That would have made more sense. I don't know. The whole movie.
You're telling me there's a small rebel base, and Poe is one of the most popular.
Yeah, Poe.
And he doesn't recognize her. Like, the whole time he's like, "Oh, I didn't know what she looked like." Come on, get the fuck. So many plot holes, bro.
And you're right though. That whole scene with the casino, I'm like, this is just wasted time.
And then super action hero BB-8, just action hero, bro. Like,
you can literally cut it out. Like even like whole literally the whole part could have been taken out of the film. Like him, the guy, the code breaker. Literally,
that guy was a douchebag.
That was
taken out of the film, and
that was unnecessary. Yeah.
It wouldn't affect the plot at all. Like, it didn't even solve the problem. Like it got caught.
And wouldn't that have been, if you think, since Carrie Fisher, we all know, died tragically, wouldn't it have been great for her to have gone out?
I think
instead of using that fake force to stay alive. Because now what are you going to CGI her into the third movie?
Fucking hate it.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the third movie. It's gonna be pretty weird.
Oh my god.
I think the prequels or the in between movies are gonna be better than the actual.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Rogue One to me so far is the best Star Wars film of the new ones that have come out. I'm excited to see what the Han Solo film's going to be about. But barring Rey turning evil and decapitating Finn, I really have no interest in seeing Episode 9. But we'll see what happens.
Rey, man. Rey on the screen.
I need to drink now, man. That movie, fuck. I've been ranting about this movie for like 2 weeks, bro. I didn't want to
believe me, bro. I wanted to call you up and talk about it the minute I left the theater. I was so angry.
I think I'm gonna get off you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it in a few minutes anyway.
Hi, bro.
But I was good night, man. I was so angry with this film when I left the theater.
Me too.
I said I waited 2 years for this garbage.
Very disappointing.
And I knew it. I knew Disney was going to destroy it. And I blame Lucas. He should have never sold this shit.
I blame the director. If JJ would have finished at least the second one, maybe it would have been a lot better. It would have connected better. Made more sense.
That's the problem. They keep doing this crap with movies. Stop change. They did the same shit with the Batman movie, with the Justice League. Yeah. You change the director and you shit on the whole movie. Because the whole direction that one director was taking the movie in, you come in and you do a U-turn and go in a total different direction, which fucks up the flow of the movie because it was already filmed to go in one direction. I mean, it's stupidity. I don't know what has happened to Hollywood in general. They can't put out any good movies. All they do is rehash old movies because they have no new ideas in their head. It's just become horrible. I'm waiting, for 8 years or something for another fucking Avatar? I still haven't got it. That'll probably be a letdown when I see it because everything I wait for is a letdown lately.
Yeah.
I feel like what's it called? Some films that are coming out lately are there's somewhere it's like you gotta look out for the directors now. You know what I mean? Like when you see the directors that are special, like Denis Villeneuve or whatever his name is, that guy. When that guy did like Blade Runner, I knew I was gonna go watch it like before I even like.
Watch the first Del Toro's another one that does great movies.
Yeah, like when you see those, like even Spielberg now is like kind of scrappy now. Like a lot of his films are pretty bad now.
I'll tell you one thing. I saw it just recently. That movie Valerian in the City of Tomorrow, that was fucking epic. Yeah. If you're into good science fiction, that movie was amazing. It was right up there with The Fifth Element. I mean, it was spot on.
You know which silly movie I liked? I don't know why. Bright, that Netflix movie with Will Smith. I think heard about it. I really like that movie.
I heard it's like. I heard it got like bad reviews.
It got terrible reviews, but I still liked it. I still like it.
It's okay, man. We don't judge.
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of people who...
It's Will Smith doing a cop movie, man. You can't hate on that.
Wait, did you guys watch Punisher?
Yes, that was amazing.
So good, dude. That was so good. That was like, in my opinion, that's the best Marvel TV show, Netflix show so far.
For sure.
Bro, I loved it. Like, every single character, even Karen Page wasn't annoying. Like, I couldn't stand Karen Page in Daredevil, but she was so good in this one. Every single character, like I didn't like hate anybody. Oh my goodness, like Punisher was so good.
Yeah, I didn't think anything could be better than Daredevil, and then Punisher came.
Yeah.
Defenders was terrible though. Sorry? Defender was pretty bad.
Yeah, Defenders I didn't like Defenders. Yeah. Punisher is very grounded. It doesn't have a lot of superheroism. It's just a really good storyline.
Yeah,
like,
maybe that.
Have you seen it?
Punisher, yeah. I liked it. I wasn't feeling the whole dad Punisher, but it was alright.
The dad Punisher? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but it was fine. It was a nice story. If you look at it as just a show, it was awesome.
Yeah.
As Punisher, I wanted to see more.
Fair enough. Yeah, you want to see
more. Yeah, the whole dad thing, in bonding with the kids. I don't care about that. Really? I'm more of a.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
But it was good. I can't say it's bad. Now Defenders is another story. I hate that. It was terrible.
I don't know. Like for me, I think the one I hated the most. Not that I hated any of them to the point that I wouldn't watch them. But I think Jessica Jones was the slowest.
Don't say that.
I hate
it. I know there's a lot of people that
absolutely love it.
I'm with you on that. But I was kind of bored with it.
And
I hear the second season is going to be way better, so that's what I'm hoping for.
I think Purple Man is like one of the best villains from Marvel in general. Like
no. I agree with you. I think they just dragged it out a little bit too much.
That's the problem.
I agree. I think if they stopped at 10 episodes,
You have it. You have it, but then you dragged it. He always slipped out. He always like got away. Like it was a little too much, but it was alright for Jessica Jones show. I don't think I can ask for more.
Yeah, I thought Daredevil 2 was like the first season. I feel like if it was like one episode shorter, I feel like it would have been like a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
It was just there was one part where it got like slow. I don't remember it, but I remember.
Iron Fist was pretty bad too. Those action scenes.
Yeah. I thought even Luke Cage was pretty bad in my opinion.
It was alright. It wasn't that good. But Iron Fist, man, that fighting is terrible, man. Just scratching people. Like it made no sense, man.
One of the guys who's watching said that Knights of the Old Republic was one of the best Star Wars stories ever. And now I have to agree 100% with you. Because this is a game, it was for the original Xbox, that you're playing this whole game and you're making your choices. But when it comes to the end, and this is what made even the original trilogy so special to me. When you saw it the first time, and Vader came out and he said, I'm your father, you were in shock. You were like, oh, that's what made it so good. In Knights of the Old Republic, spoiler alert, if you haven't played it, because this is what makes the game so great. So if you haven't played it, you plan on watching it, don't listen to this. All right, you were warned. When you find out you're Darth Revan, that was one of those moments.
That was pretty sick, man. I remember that.
And that's what makes those mean so much. Now, for anyone who doesn't read the extended universe of Star Wars, they did a series. It's 9 books. I believe it's called Legacy of the Force. And it's kind of where they got the whole idea, kind of, for the newer Star Wars trilogy. They stole parts of it. But this is a way better story. So if you want to read how episodes 7, 8, and 9 should have went, read Legacy of the Force, books 1 through 9. Nice. It's basically the story of the Solo twins, Luke Skywalker's son, who is Ben, and the way how one of them becomes the Darth, the evil villain. One of them is the hero. The other, there's this whole story going on in the background. It has all the classic stuff that you expect from a Star Wars story. And if you read these, you can't but see where the idea for the new trilogy came from, but how they totally fucked it up. Because if they would have followed the books, we would be talking about one of the most epic Star Wars trilogies ever filmed, instead of saying, oh no, canon doesn't exist and we're going to make our own crap version. If they would have followed these books, we'd be looking at one of the best trilogies ever.
Yep.
I actually really want to get into reading Star Wars. I always liked Star Wars. It's just that movies are a little cheesy because they're a little dated, right? So
the perfect thing, this might help you, because this is what got me into them. I really didn't have a lot of time to read. Mm-hmm. But at my old job, we were able to listen to stuff. So I bought a lot of them on disc, and I would just listen to them. And when they tell the stories, not only do they use different voices for the characters, they use sound effects. They are so good at it that you can't but think that you're in the movie and you can picture what's going on, even though they're just talking to you about it.
What's a good read? Like, what would you say, like, the best?
I honestly suggest starting with Legacy of the Force.
Legacy of the Force.
I'm going to look it up right now and make sure, because I have them downloaded into my iPhone. So I want to make sure I give you the right name. Let's see. Here's my.
Oh, so there's a couple, right? Like Invincible.
There's no, yeah, there's tons of stories. Like, if you wanted to really know everything, you would have to start with the original trilogy and read from the next books on. But that you'd be there for 50 years. But I can tell you from a fact that Legacy of the Force, the 9-book series, is just amazing. It's hard to put down.
Okay. I'll check it out, definitely.
Before we go, bro, I got these 2 coming next week.
All right, you could show them, and then I'm gonna shut it down.
Hey, that Green Lantern is lit.
I agree.
It's so good.
I was worried about of Superman being too shiny, and I've seen pictures and he looks more matte, so I'm happy with it.
Let me know what you think, eh?
Oh, definitely, man. Cass is gonna come over and review the Superman. Green Lantern, so we'll see.
Are they both coming at the same time, or?
No, Green Lantern. I think it's in 2 weeks. I paid this off. I'm gonna pay the Green Lantern off next week.
Okay. What day is he coming to do it?
The Tuesday, I think. Yeah. So you're welcome to come too. We can do a whole boxing. Yeah.
If I'm free, I'll come for sure because you don't live that far from me.
Oh yeah. All right, then.
What the hell did they move the stupid books? I love that every time you use the iPhone, they change something. I know it's not with the music anymore.
It's okay. Legacy of the Force. I'll download all of them.
Let me just look it up for 1 sec because I want to make sure I'm calling it the right thing.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll let it go.
I'll call it night, guys. You have a good night. See you next week.
Take care, man.
See you, man.
Good night.
Good night, peeps.
Yes, that's it. It's Legacy of the Force.
Okay.
So yeah, just start with book 1, or you said you're gonna get them all anyway. So yeah, it's a series. Read them in order, and it'll tell you all the way from the beginning of what happens to the very end. And there's so much in there, and it was hard. It was impossible for me. Like, I was listening to them, and I had to do a whole book a day. That's how much I kept wanting to see what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next?
I'll check it out. Sounds good.
All right. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it, and hope to see you next week. And thanks for everything and keeping us wanting to do these things and collecting and whatnot. So have a great week, and we'll see you. It should be next Thursday, like usual, but I'll let anyone know if anything changes. So,
right, have a good night, guys.
Good night, man.